Hell, it's about time.
What's up, everybody? It's Gibberish HS here, and I am here with the final Friends review of the classes. We will have the neutral card review sometime this week. So, we are going to go over 3 classes today. We're going to go over Shaman, Warlock, and Warrior. Alright, so we're going to kind of go through these a little quickly. That way we're not spending too much time with the video. But yeah, I'm really excited to go over these. It's going to be fun finishing up the classes. We've already gone over the 6. Can you believe it? I feel like we just started this. So it's going to be so much fun. And the Marvel expansion is underway. Don't worry, I am on it. It should be ready in around 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks. So, alright, let's get started. First card is in Shaman. We're going to start with Shaman today. And it is the big white dog. Battlecry, give yourself a coin. Now, it's a 2-cost 1-run rare for Shaman. Not much to talk about when it comes to this. It's just a cool card. I knew I wanted to make a card about this because I love this dog. It's so cool. And I considered making it a beast, but I decided not to in the end. So, fun card. Next is a 5-cost 4/4 rare, Rachel's Mom. Death Rattle, restore 2 health to all friendly minions. So only to the minions. 5-cost 4/4, not too bad. It's a cool little card. For Shaman, it's a little interesting because Shaman isn't really focused around Rachel that much. But it is a cool little card. It's mainly focused just around the funny things, the misfits of the show. So you got like the dog. You'll see some other cool stuff like at the Geller Cup is in here, you know, Eddie, so it's going to be fun. So, cool card. Next is a 3-cost spell. It's rare. Emma and Mommy. Draw a card, give your opponent a random 1-cost minion. So, good card. It's a rare. Now, you might consider this to the 3-cost epic, which is draw a card, reduces cost to 3, which is an epic. This is a rare, so it's a little less. But I think it's a good card. I would probably make it as 2 mana now if I could, but it's a good card. First legendary today. 3-cost 5/3. Chandler Bing. Battlecry. Tell a joke that forces your opponent to emote. So, funny card. I really like it. I thought it was kind of cool, you know. And, you know, Chandler already has a legendary in Hunter. You should check out that video. That is my 2nd card review. And I like this card too. I thought it was kind of cool. One of the concepts I came was Battlecry summon a Janice, which you'll see Janice. She is in here, but she is in neutral. So I didn't go with that in the end, but I really like this card. 2-cost 0/4, the Geller Cup. It's an epic. Every time you cast a spell, add a Shaman minion to your hand. Not much to this. I just thought it was kind of a cool card. It's a 0/4, so it can actually kind of live long. Pretty well statted, actually, for the cost. And it's very strong, very combo potential with this. There are cards like this, but not really this cheap. So it's a pretty powerful card. 4-cost 3/4, Eddie. It's an epic. Battlecry, transform a random enemy minion into a 1/1 goldfish cracker. Cute little card. I like this card. I thought it was fun. So yeah, it's just a funny little card. Not much to it besides that. Just basically turn a minion into a 1/1 minion. So kind of like a polymorph. So next, Racquetball Chandler. 2-cost 1/2 common. Battlecry, summon a random basic totem. Give it rush. So, depending the totem, this is useless. The only totem that this is actually useful for is the 1/1 totem. Or, unless you buffed it. Now, if you have something like Direwolf on the floor, and then you play this, it's good. You just have to position it right. So, I think it's actually a better card than people would probably give it credit for. I think it's kind of cool. It's a little expensive though, but you get a 2-cost value out of it with the hero power, so I like it. Next, 8-cost 4/6 Wind Fury Rush. Give a minion charm. Powerful card, all right. Chandler with bad hair. I love this card. I thought it was really good. If I could change this now, I would give a random minion charge. Besides that, I actually really like this card. It's really funny, and it's just a silly little card to go about. 4-cost common spell. Back in high school. Discover a charm minion from any class. From any class. That includes neutral, which will have more charm cards in there. But there are some, we've got some in Warlock, we got some in Hunter and Paladin, I believe. So, pretty cool little card, some flexibility there. In Shaman, for our last card, we have Susan and Carol, 3 costs, 3/6. Pretty powerful. It's a legendary. Death Rattle summon Ben. Ben is a 3 cost, 6/3. So, very similar to Karen and neutral. 5 cost, 4/5. Death Rattle summon Bane, 4/5. So, pretty cool. It's a little, it's pretty, I think it's a little stronger than that, and this is really good because this is good to get rid of like the hope against tempo decks, and it's good in a tempo deck too because if it dies you get a 6/3. So very powerful card, so definitely a fan. So that's Shaman. Now we're gonna get into Warlock. Warlock's one of my favorites. 1 cost, 2/4, a brown bird. It's for a Warlock, rare. Battlecry, deal 3 damage to this minion. So becomes a 2/1, but still kind of a cool idea for a card. The reason why I deal 3 damage is because, you know, she breaks her leg in the show. So, kind of a cool little concept there. Not much to it besides that, so. Alright, guys. We are here to one of my favorite cards. This is probably in my top 3. I love this card. 8 costs, 5/5. Mr. Heckles, legendary. Battlecry. Silence all minions on the battlefield and in both players' hands. I love this card, and I actually love the concept for it, alright? So all minions on the battlefield, all minions in your hand, and both. It's just so cool. I love this card. Something about it, I couldn't say no to it. So, and it's extremely powerful too. So, one of my favorite cards. Goes with the storyline because he wants everyone to be quiet. So, I love this card, and there's not really much more to say about it besides that. Next is 7 cost, 5/7. Taunt Rush. Joe Green. Epic. Just a lot of the greens are going to be in this class. So this is Rachel's class here. Pretty fun little card, and if you notice down here, it's a demon. I really don't like Jill in the show. I found her kind of annoying, even with the episodes with her. So that's why I made her a demon. I thought it was funny. So next is 4 cost, 4/5. Amy Green. Death Rattle, destroy an enemy minion, and it's an epic. Both Green sisters are epic, so cool little card. I like it. Not much to say besides that. Not really much with the storyline, just except for Amy Green kind of destroys every relationship she ever has with her sister. You could work good with that. So 2 cost spell. We were on a break. Yes, it's a spell. Common. Destroy a friendly minion. Your hero power doesn't deal damage for this turn. So, kind of a cool idea. And if you think about it, it kind of does work with the storyline. Destroy a friendly minion, so kind of betraying someone. Alright. And your hero power doesn't deal damage for this turn. So, it's a little expensive probably for that. Yeah, so unless you were able to reuse your hero power, I probably wouldn't say it was worth it. But it's a cool idea. 1 cost, 2/1. The Married Couple. It's Ross and Rachel, and they got married in Las Vegas. Death Rattle. Draw a card. Deal 1 damage to your hero. Very similar to the Kobold Librarian. 1 cost, 2/1 common. Battlecry, deal 2 damage to the hero. Now I made it 1 damage to the hero because it's a Death Rattle, so not as bad. So cool little card. 7 cost, 7/6. The Realization. Death Rattle. Shuffle this into your opponent's deck, and it loses your Death Rattle. So no Death Rattle after that. So they get a 7 cost, 7/6. It's a common, so not really that big of a card. So it wasn't really meant to be that crazy. So it turns out I actually forgot one card in the Warlock expansion, so I'm putting it in this video right now. And that card is the Floating Heads. Yes, the Floating Heads is actually one of my favorite cards, and I can't believe I actually forgot. It's a 2-cost 0/1 stealth. Death Route summoned 4/1/1 imps. So I actually really like this card. I think it's really strong for any kind of like Warlock zoo deck. And I think this card is a little overpowered actually. I think it should be like a 0-cost 0/2 or 0/3. But you know, I wanted to give the Floating Heads justice because it was actually one of my favorite cards ever. So just one of my favorite episodes of all time. So obviously the synergy to the TV show is that, you know, the four of them who weren't there for Thanksgiving, and they popped their heads out trying to apologize. So I really like this card. It's one of my favorites. So we'll get back to the regular video now. Alright guys. And finally, our last legendary of the day, 4-cost 3/4 Rachel Green. Battlecry, summon a Season 3 Ross. And the Season 3 Ross is a 5-cost 5/5 with Taunt. And it's specifically Season 3 Ross. And it says Death Roll shuffle into your opponent's deck. Now, this was meant to resemble how they are always on and off again. So, he keeps his Death Roll when he goes to your opponent. So, the goal is you play this, your opponent kills him, he goes into your deck, he plays it, and then you kill it, and it goes into your deck. Right, Rachel and Ross together again and all that stuff. So, fun little card. I actually think it's fairly powerful. You get 4-cost 3/4. That's like good stats. But you're gonna get a 5/5 with Taunt, which I think is pretty powerful. So I really like the card, and I think it's kind of clever. I just don't know what deck arc it could really fit in, but I like it. All right, and now the final class is Warrior. Now this one is more just kind of like the Misfits, alright, but it's kind of focused on Gellers a little bit, so let's get into it. 4-cost 3/3, Tanned Ross, rare, death rattle, deal 1 damage to all minions. There is a card similar to this, except it's a 3-cost 3/3 Battlecry, deal 1 damage to all minions, so this is a little worse because, yeah, this one it's 1 cost more. But I just loved Tanned Ross. I thought it was so funny. So, moving on. Steve! Yeah, I remember Steve. He was the advertisement guy. 2-cost 1/3, rare. Whenever you gain armor, gain 1 attack. I like this idea. I think it's kind of a cool concept and all that. I almost made this gain 1 attack for each armor you gain. But that would have been way too powerful because you could play this. And then in Wild, you could play so many cards that gain you so much armor. It's ridiculous. So, fun little card. 8-cost 7/8. Oh, my bad. 8-cost 7/3. Joanna, rare. Can't be targeted by spells or pure powers. This card is very similar to the 7-cost 4/8. That can be targeted with spells or hero powers. But that one's an epic. This one's a rare. So, interesting idea. Joanna doesn't really have much to talk about in this class. So, a lot of these later ones don't really have as much storyline as they do as just cards. So, next is Leonard Green, Rachel Green's father, and it's a 4-cost 4/4. Battlecry, choose a minion, gain armor equal to its health. So, I really like this idea. I think it's a cool little card, and it has a lot of potential for it. So, I really like it. 1-cost 2/2. Maria. It's a common. You can't say no to this card. Yeah. You just can't say no to it. Pure storyline. 8-cost 6/9. Battlecry. Gain charm in 2 turns. It's Elizabeth. She's a common. So in 2 turns, this card won't be able to attack. Interesting idea. A little very weak. But kind of a cool concept. If she was cheaper, it would be worth it. But I like this card. Elizabeth was an interesting character. So, cool little concept ideas. Now, this is when we get into the legendaries. Y'all ready? First one is Mr. Treeger. 7-cost 3/4 Battlecry. Equipped a 3/4 broom weapon. And that weapon is just a broom with sets of 3, 4. So, cute little card. I actually really like this card, and I actually think it's very fairly balanced. Maybe it should be 7 cost 4, 4, but I actually think it's fairly powerful. For the class, Warrior has a lot of buffs it can do, and there is a Rogue card that's a 5 cost 3, 4 weapon. So this is actually fairly well statted, and yeah, I really like the card, so I think it's legendary material. Next is 10 cost 8, 7 mech. Yeah, I put mechs in here. Battlecry, shuffle a Jack Giller into your opponent's deck. And what does Jack Giller look like? He's a 5 cost 4, 4. When drawn, lose 2 mana crystals. So they would draw this and they would immediately be put at 8 mana crystals. Next turn they'd be put at 9 and they'd go back to normal. So that's actually a really strong card. 10 is a lot of mana to pay for that. And you don't really know when he's gonna draw Jack Giller. But you'll know because it'll take away the mana crystals. But I actually really like this idea. It's kind of like Bomb Warrior. And that's something too. You could put something like Augmented Elec. And they could shuffle 2 Jack Gillers. And they could lose more. So really interesting ideas with that. I really like the idea. And I actually thought it was very clever with the storyline of Friends. Because, you know, with Jack Giller and the portion all. So next is Pulled Over, a 3 cost warrior spell, and it's an epic. Choose a minion and destroy it. Give your opponent a ticket. So the ticket is a 2 cost spell, and bring your minion back. Give your opponent 2 coins. So what you would do is you would destroy a minion, and for 2 mana they could bring it back. But in the process, you would get 2 coins. So in the process, you basically are getting 1 mana value because, in a way, it's more of a stall card. So I think it's interesting. I'm not really sure how good it is in the overall process. Like, does it really help you? You could set up combos with it, and it's a good stall card. So maybe. Alright, guys. Last class card. We've reached it. The last one. It's a 4 cost card. It's a spell, and it's for Warrior. Dancing Lessons. Common. Gain 3 armor and equip a 1/3 weapon. And the 1/3 weapon is Dancing Shoes. Look at it. So, cute little card. Not much to talk about with it. There is a 3 cost spell that gains 5 armor and draws a card, which I think is pretty much better, so I really like the card, and I really like the classes of the Friends expansion. So yeah, guys, we reached the end. We've reached the end of the Friends expansion. So I appreciate you guys for watching these videos and all the other videos of the classes. And yeah, we're about to reach the very end, the final episode of Neutral. And I know there's a card you guys have probably been wondering throughout the videos. Where's Joey? Where's Joey Tribbiani? What about Estelle Leonard? Alright, what about Janice? All your questions will be answered in the next video. Hopefully I'll get that up by the end of the week. I'm sure we will. Don't forget about the Marvel MCU expansion. One thing I want to make clear with that is that the MCU expansion is strictly from the MCU. That's making me take longer with it. So I'm not putting X-Men into it, and I'm not putting comics into it. This is strictly MCU based. If I need artwork for a character, one card I put in there, I used it was a costume they considered, but they didn't use it in the end. So there are cards I might do like that, and I'll let you know which cards those are. But yeah, besides that, you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.